Welcome back to Aso Jack's Media Grounds. I am Chris, and today we're taking a look at Masters of the Universe. This is the 2026 version of He-Man, directed by Travis Knight, written by Chris Butler, Aaron Nee, Adam Nee, starring Nicholas Galitzine, Camila Mendes, and Idris Elba. And we've also got Jared Leto as Skeletor, who, in my opinion, is the best thing about this movie. And if it wasn't for the fact that they build him as Skeletor, you really wouldn't realize it's Jared Leto. This version of Skeletor is great. He's very much the evil villain you want. He's also feels like everybody around him is just stupid. He makes jokes. It's just everything about this one is great. Now, Nicholas Galitzine, who plays Adam and He-Man, is not bad. But the problem is, for me anyway, it's pretty much Adam through the entire movie. Even when he changes over to He-Man, he's kind of unsure of himself. He's not quite doing what he needs to until the end of the movie. So this is very much an origin story for He-Man. In the end of the movie, he kind of becomes the He-Man that we expect, and so it's kind of disappointing in that way, especially if you're going into it and wanting to see He-Man fight more people and be like completely sure of himself as he does it. Otherwise, you get Adam through most of the movie, and it's kind of funny to watch them when he is Adam. You know, it's like, oh, we got to make it look like he's not as big and muscly as the actor is. So we'll kind of put on bigger shirts and everything to make it look like he's not really all that big, which makes him look even bigger. It's a 2-hour and 20-minute fair, and they try to make this campy. It certainly feels like what they're trying to go for is a Flash Gordon kind of movie, where it's that level of camp, but it never fully commits. And it's a good movie. Like, it was more enjoyable than I expected. But I wish they had just kind of decided to completely commit either to the camp or make this a little bit more serious. Because going back and forth from like really campy moments to, oh hey, we want to make this a actual serious movie. It doesn't quite work as well together as it should. And so it's a very entertaining movie, but it's kind of slowed down due to the fact that they have a lot of characters they're trying to introduce from the old cartoon series, as well as like exposition to who those characters are and why they have the names they do. And I like the way that they kind of introduce it. But at the same time, there were some exposition moments that I felt like, we could have cut this out and it would have tightened up the script or the movie a little bit better in regards. I do think Travis Knight is someone who, when he gets a hold of a IP that is based on cartoon, like he did with Bumblebee, this guy is committed to making it as accurate as he can to the source material. And I appreciate that a lot. And I think that if we're going to go forward with like other 80s cartoon IPs that they turn into live action movies, I feel like Travis Knight really should be the guy that does it, because instead of trying to change too much, he really does try and focus on making it as close as possible to what the original material was like. So it does have that nostalgia factor to it. It kind of brings you into that world, and it's pretty entertaining to watch. I definitely plan on rewatching this one down the road. Unlike the 1987 Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren, this one's got it's a well-rounded movie. That one, as much as I like Dolph Lundgren, it really was Frank Langella as Skeletor in that movie that drove it, and the rest of it was kind of ho-hum. But every time Frank Langella was on the screen, it was magical to watch. And that's kind of the way this one is too, is every time Jared Leto as Skeletor is on the screen, it's magical to watch. He really is the best thing about it, which is crazy to me that the one time they find a role for the guy that people aren't going to hate, you don't see his face at all, and it's obviously they kind of did some tuning to his voice to make it deeper, unless this is actually his voice that he did for the movie, and then it's really impressive what he's done with it. So if you've had a chance to see it, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Did you think Masters of the Universe captured the cartoon and what it was? Or do you think that this was its own movie and it kind of was better than you expected? And then like the video, think about subscribing to the channel, and overall, I'd give this a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, it was much better than I expected. But there were still some things holding it back from really kind of getting up there and being a movie that I'd really rate higher. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye bye.